why not go live for 10 minutes? Do a little impromptu chat, a little impromptu Q&A if that happens. But basically when I was live earlier, I was talking about how real life manifestation, when I say real life, I mean, like, I'm not talking about vision boards and affirmations and all the fluff. I'm talking about the actual scientific reality of how to create the life that you truly want in real time without any of that manifestation fluff that we hear about out there. And it's so simple. It is so simple. And you can think of certain aspects of it, like boil it down to what is the meaning that you're giving the thoughts that you're having, because the meaning that you give the thoughts that you're having creates your mood. And it's so unnoticeable. Like, this happens automatically. Nothing means anything in life except for the meaning that we give it, and we get to decide how to feel about anything. And if you can line up how you feel about the circumstances in your life with how your inner being feels about those same circumstances, it would blow your mind to see what happens. And when I started getting really clear about this and getting really good at it, because it's easy, it's simple, you just have to be clear on what the heck's going on. The custom Porsche that I'm driving, my dream house, my husband, my bank account, my travel experiences, every single thing I've ever wanted flew into my life and came for me in as little as 2 days to a couple of months. Oh my gosh, it's crazy how fast it goes. Question, bill due today that I haven't been able to pay, and it's evening now here. Any tips? Okay, so the worst thing that we can do is try to manifest from a place of worry, panic, or scarcity. It's not possible to manifest successfully from a place of scarcity. Does that mean you're supposed to not feel scarcity about the bill? No. You don't aim for not feeling scarcity without the bill. You simply aim for not thinking or feeling regarding that bill, and simply lock into whatever state of being you wish to feel about where you want to go in life, because it's not about the money. If you had the money to pay that bill, you'd feel relief, right? So to get your nervous system to calm down in that very real, in the moment situation, you simply breathe into your body. I recommend through the nose and deep into the low belly, because that will shut off that fight or flight panic response in your nervous system. And watch how long your exhales are compared to your inhale. If you can slow your exhale down, so 4 seconds inhale, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale for 6 seconds, or 8 if you can get good at that, your nervous system will switch out of fight or flight into a state of calm, and then your mind automatically follows. If your mind is freaking out and you're panicking or feeling anxious and you don't start with your breath, you will never be able to control your mind. When we live in a state of anxiety and panic, our body ends up creating a stress response mechanism wherein you'll develop a chest breathing pattern. And if that happens chronically over time, you'll have a chronic subconscious chest breathing pattern. The issue here is your your neck and shoulder muscles are hardwired into the fight or flight system of your body. And so when you're breathing, you'll be locking your body into a state of sympathetic dominance, aka fight or flight, just by breathing. And unfortunately, this is why we can't manifest out of a state of stress. When you're stressed, mentally and physically, your body will be in a state of stress if you're mentally stressed. Your brain is designed to turn off its creative centers, close off to outside inspired action that would otherwise be finding you to fix your situation. And it's going to focus only on that what it can see and perceive in the moment, or any perceived threats, aka the lack of money right now for the bill you have to pay. So I recommend just relaxing your nervous system, and then reminding yourself that you'll never be able to predict how something shows up, because your brain right now in that very real scarcity moment is going to say, I can't see how this bill is going to get paid. It's obviously not going to get paid tonight. I don't see where it's going to come from. It's not just going to fall out of the sky, blah, blah, blah. And your brain will keep going like that. But you cannot see or predict anything. Your conscious mind can only perceive 5% of your reality. And so if you get your body into a state of relaxation and you get out of that state of fight or flight stress, things will find you. You just have to remember and remind yourself that you'll never be able to predict how. You'll never see where it comes from. If you can trust that and try to stay calm, it will be okay. And let's say that you don't end up being able to pay your bill today, you will still be okay. Things will be okay. Your brain just wants to go to the worst case scenario because that's your brain's job. It's trying to help you out of a future really bad situation. So that's what I would recommend. I actually made a reel. You'll see it. It's not too many reels ago that talks exactly about what if I have a bill due today and I have literally $7 in my bank account. Go through because you'll see that big thumbnail title. Don't feel relief about paying your bill when you can't pay it. That's not even possible. That's so unrealistic. Like, this is why I do what I do. I'm so fed up with all the BS manifestation advice we hear out there because it doesn't even make sense to real life. Like, just feel positive. You ain't gonna feel positive about having to pay a bill. Like, that's no. You're so welcome. I'm so glad you're doing the breathing. I just got home, but I'm going to hang out in the car for a bit because it's raining. And why don't we see if the rain lets up a little bit? I'm feeling with my wishes made reality despite I can't see it just yet. I'm not quite entirely sure what you mean there, but the whole goal with any of this is to be able to feel the end state emotions you'd feel if you had the reality you truly desired now before anything changes. And neuroscience has proven we can do that. We don't need anything to change in our reality. EFT helps too. EFT helps. Okay, car, shut up. Yeah. People always say, well, how am I supposed to feel like I just have $10 million when I've never had $10 million? Or how am I supposed to feel like I'm in love or feel like I'm with my dream soulmate when I've never really been in love? You're not supposed to feel the emotional outcome based on the subject matter itself, but you look at that subject matter and you say, okay, what are the emotions I would feel in my life if that were true for me right now? Relief, gratitude, excitement, elation. You have felt all of those emotions before. So you just bring that up viscerally in your body, regardless of the subject. As soon as you attach it to the subject, you suddenly have more stake in the outcome, aka an attachment to the outcome, and that doesn't work well for you. As soon as we have an attachment to the outcome, or we're automatically noticing we're not near the outcome that we want, aka we're separate from it, in which case you're practicing a frequency of lack. So the whole reason that we match the frequency by feeling the end state emotion now is so that we close that gap and we no longer feel separate from whatever we want. So for example, with my husband, I wanted this specific experience and I thought to myself, all right, you know what? I just want to be happy. I don't want to have this person that I'm thinking of in order to be happy in my life, because then if I don't have that person, I'm just not going to be happy, which means that I'm basing my happiness on something outside of myself. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I thought, okay, what emotions would I feel? I would feel love, deep love. I'd feel understood and known on the deepest level. I would feel freedom in my relationship. I'd feel relief in my life and supported. And so I started just pouring all of those emotions into my body via anything I could do. Things I imagined from memories where I have felt those emotions before, and I completely detached it from the person. Suddenly, I literally got to a point where I didn't give a shit if they ever showed up or not. I was so happy. I really just did not care anymore if he ever showed up. 5 days later, showed up. 5 days later. I'm so glad you're watching Friends all day to raise your vibe and forgot about the bill. That's great. Thank you for saying what you're saying. It makes perfect sense to understand. I'm so grateful that it makes sense and I can help people understand, because when I figured it all out, I was like, holy shit, it's so much more simple than we've ever been led to believe. And people are out there doing like affirmations and vision boards and meditating and journaling and all of these things. Okay, if those things work for you, fine. They never worked for me, ever. And so as soon as I dropped all that crap, realized what I want already exists. It's in its fullest form. I just need to feel the emotions, detach from the outcome, and watch it show up. Boom, it showed up with inspired action every single time, and everything I ever wanted showed up in as little as 2 days to a couple of months without any of those manifestation techniques. And it's frustrating because I will go online, and obviously because I teach about the reality and science behind manifestation, my algorithm is full of manifestation BS. And I'll scroll and be like, what the hell is this shit? No offense to people teaching it. If it's working for them, that's great. But I think it just doesn't work for as many people as stopping all that does. Your content resonates so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for you as well. I'm grateful for everyone that shares this space with me because we're all in it together. And whatever's possible or has happened for me is just as possible for anyone else. And that's why I do what I do. I just want you to understand that you really can live the life you truly desire right now in real time. I remember when I was little and I was taught to wish on stars, as most little kids do. And my wish would always be, because I grew up in a tumultuous household and I didn't really feel safe or supported. And I would wish just that I could be 100% happy. Because I would always think, even as a small child, well, I'm happy, except, I'd be happy if just this was different because everything else is fine. So do you see how I was focusing on what wasn't good? And our brains do that. We could have 5 things going on in our lives, 1 going well, 4 going shit, and your brain is going to automatically focus on the 4 that are not going well in an effort to improve the situation or make that better. But if we were to just turn our attention to the one thing that's going good, the other 4 automatically have to improve its law. Wherever we remove our focus from, the cork will float and the situation will automatically get better. And it can be so enjoyable along the way too. Like I had a 700 square foot basement apartment, didn't know if I was going to make rent each month. I had a shitty car that was covered in rust that I couldn't really even trust. I had a very toxic relationship. Like it was bad news bears. And I just remember getting to a place of feeling so good regardless of all of those situations, and one by one each thing changed. And now dream home, custom Porsche, dream marriage, travel experiences, bank account, everything. I agree, the feeling first without the thing. Also, people tend to go to the negative before the positive feeling. It's almost like a survival mechanism, but when you believe good things happen. That's true. That's absolutely true. It is normal that the human brain goes to the negative. Your brain is designed to look out for what could be wrong and help you. The brain's designed to do that. And especially with your nervous system, I had someone say to me recently, like, why is it that I think they were talking about their kid. Why is it that my kid's mind just goes to the worst possible, worst case scenario? And I said, it's really because the nervous system is designed to keep you safe. But you can train yourself in a way. I just posted a live I had done before this one when I was on my way to the store. And I talked about my crazy thought process in between 2 and 3 in the morning when I woke up like, shit, and I had forgotten this, and I'm worried about next month, and all this stuff. Of course, we always will have those moments. We will always react. You never get to some arbitrary endpoint where you never react anymore. But you will get to the point where you can catch yourself in the moment, like I did in the middle of the night, and turn it around and then wake up in a great state of being that lasts all day. So, all right, the rain has let up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining at all, please hit like and follow because I'm always here to help you. And I can't wait for you to experience all that I absolutely know is possible for you. Okay, till next time. Bye, guys.